Welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. Today we got Wissahickon taking on our Upper Dublin Cardinals. Sorry about no commentary in the first half inning as we were still trying to set up. Joined with me today is Jackson Hermar. How you doing, Jackson?
Good.
Yeah. So it'll be the bottom of the first. Wissahickon scored no runs on one hit last inning, so let's see how Upper Dublin can retaliate. Jackson, the weather today is definitely much better than yesterday. It's great for them.
That it is.
First pitch of the bottom.
Or 2 days ago that was.
Still, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely warmed up a bit. Now it's feeling like actual spring weather.
Indeed. Hopefully, we won't need to try to find a blanket or something. Feels good.
So up first is Mike Lombardo. Looks like a wooden bat, although it is not.
Do we have the roster for Wissahickon?
We do not.
Okay. So number 24 on the mound for Wissahickon. As we do not have the roster, we cannot identify the players' names. So yet again, we'll be referring to these players by jersey numbers. Strike in there. Foul ball, that'll make it a 2-strike count.
Yeah, I think it's important for Upper Dublin to get some runs early in the game so Luke Crone, our pitcher, can not have to stress as much and just be himself on the mound.
Exactly. I don't want him trying to force pitches into location, trying to get it out, and it'll accidentally turn into a hit. Or like a home run.
Drops third strike.
Throws it on to first, and that's your first out of the ball game for Upper Dublin.
Drop third strike's always been an interesting rule. Happens a lot in the little leagues, not as much in MLB or high school ball or college.
That's right, Jackson. First pitch in, first strike. Pitcher.
That was right down the middle. I think you got to swing at that one.
Yeah, at least have to offer, yeah.
Although, first step out of the day, so.
This will be one of our shorter streams as we are having some technical difficulties when it comes to power for the phone.
Yeah, we couldn't find a portable phone charger, but we will try and get in.
Ball's hit out to left field and snagged on the run.
We will try and get in a few innings. We'll most likely be able to make it to the 4th or 5th inning. So that it's unfortunate that we can't make it all the way through.
If we have to abruptly end, you can either assume that my phone died or it was the end of an inning.
Yep.
With my phone close to battery death.
So we will definitely. This is the beginning of the.
Up now, the first baseman, number 12, Litton.
This is the beginning of the season, so we're still trying to figure things out. But by next broadcast, we should have everything sorted out.
next broadcast, however, might be for a minute because we are unsure if we are going to do the Saturday game for Upper Dublin.
We most likely will.
As Lytton drives it into center field. But if we do not, our next home game will be the 28th, and we cannot do road games as they are too far away. We don't have enough time to drive to the game after school ends.
Now up Matthew Lagerstadt.
Fellow broadcaster.
Yep. If he wasn't on the team, he would most likely be in place of one of us right now announcing. And our head main broadcaster, Jacob Orlick, couldn't make it today.
Ball in there for strike against Lagerstadt. So far, number 24 for Wissahickon is doing a pretty good job pitching.
And runner advances.
Linton was the third batter.
Okay.
The Phillies just wrapped up their series against the Giants. We did win the first game, however, last two games of the series we sadly lost by decent margins. Ball is hit off of number 11, the third baseman, by Lagerstadt for an infield single, and runner advances to home. And the runner advances home for a base hit RBI for Lagerstadt.
Yeah, that's a great hit to ease the tensions that have been possibly in the dugout after not performing as well as anticipated this season so far. It's definitely good to get a hit in the first inning, and that'll hopefully get the momentum going for the rest of the bats.
Good call there, James. In for a strike. We will not be doing balls and strikes today as too hard to call from our location. I'll try to give a rough estimate, but I might be wrong. That one is lined to the first baseman. Not first baseman, shortstop, which delivers a throw on to the first baseman to end the inning. Upper Dublin does not get the first run of the ball game though, as that will end the first inning. We'll see you in a minute.
We are back for the top of the second.
As we have Luke Carone back on the mound. Did pretty well in the first inning, only let up one hit. Well, actually, he did let up the one hit, but he got out of unscathed, and I think he struck out a batter. So, pretty good first inning. Ball's in for a ball. Second pitch is also in for a ball. Count is 2-0. Swing and a miss for strike one.
Much needed strike by Carone there.
Yeah, battles back into the at-bat. So far, it's out in Carone not looking as dominant as you would expect.
It is only the second inning. He is adjusting beginning of the season.
True.
I will say, not as dominant, but still definitely our best pitcher in my mind.
Fair.
Now 3-2 count. And a strikeout here would be a good telltale sign that Carone is back in his form. And there it is.
As I insult him for playing, he starts playing. Pitch. In for a strike.
Definitely want to be keeping your control in these early innings, as a lessened pitch count is
Swing and a miss.
better for the later innings.
Swing and a miss for strike two, Jackson.
Yep.
Strike. 2 strikeouts to start the inning, and I mean proof dead wrong.
This is a quick inning so far.
But we got a few more of those so we can maybe get to the end of the game.
Yeah, the battery is around 35 right now.
Probably have about 2 to 3 more innings left in it. Pitch is line to the shortstop, and he makes the catch to end the inning. Quick hitting from Carone there.
Great reflexes right there.
And we'll move on to the bottom of the second. Upper Dublin up 1-0. We'll be back after this. Let's see if Upper Dublin can extend their lead here. Maybe get another run or two. So we were talking about goldfish for the last broadcast a little bit. Let's talk about another snack too.
Is it in every broadcast a new snack?
Sure.
Let's go. Airheads.
I think they're overrated, to be honest with you.
Ooh, I like airheads.
I've had a couple bad incidents with airheads that I do not feel comfortable with sharing on this broadcast.
Have you choked?
No.
Well, now you gotta say it.
No. I will refrain as to not ruin my public image. Anyway, about now, I think this is the other Carone for Upper Dublin, right?
Yes.
No. plunge attempt there.
I thought she was trying to get an air ball. Finally, she's bluffing and she just feels it. Stop breathing. I thought she was done.
Doesn't really look like we have any of our photographers here, but
We do not.
Hey, she should have been right.
This would be a great day with the clear blue skies in the background.
exactly.
Sprint my car, that's a very good one. No way I was going to be there. And that's what we do. So I spent the whole night. She has a slight burn. Nothing crazy. I think I was going to be so the heart might make me right. And everything. It pushes on her softness. So they gave us medication. She's been fine. So she's like, ready to fight.
How did your classes go today, Jackson?
Huh?
How did your classes go today?
Oh, my classes were fine. I had a test actually given to me by Upper Dublin's coach, Mr. Wall himself, in health class. That was a unit test. So.
I heard it was on very short notice.
He gave us a little bit of notice, but yeah, he told us a long time ago, so many people had forgotten about it, but that's fine. As long as they give you some notice, then you should be good.
Exactly.
A disengagement by number 24, the Wissahickon pitcher.
Me, myself, I did have one social studies test today, which I do think I did pretty well on. I got a 92 on the multiple choice section.
Yeah, I have that test tomorrow. I'll study for that after this game.
Yeah. I don't think I have any further tests this week, so that's nice.
Another disengagement.
Can you believe it's almost Friday tomorrow?
I know, I think the shortened week makes it feel like it should only be around Wednesday right now.
Yeah, right.
And a bunt attempt.
Tries to pick him back off at second, and I think shortstop bobbles it. No advance from Upper Dublin, however.
Yeah, I think yet again, these pitchers, the batters are getting in their heads. I think the pitcher, his main priority should just be the batter. Or I'm sorry, these base runners are getting in the pitcher's heads, and I think the batter should be the main priority right there.
That's true. Both dugouts seem to be making fun of the opponent's pitcher.
Both dugouts.
Last inning, I don't know if you heard it, they were making fun of Carone when he threw some balls.
And now the second baseman going in, assuming that there would be a bunt.
It's unbelievable.
A double play.
Yeah. Way to beat it out, Mikey.
That is the other.
That was
Carone
very
brother.
close.
That is the other Carone brother, Mike, and he beats that out for a fielder's choice.
That did not bring a runner in, did it?
It did not.
That did not. So now, runners on both corners.
2 outs, and I think we're back to the beginning of the order.
And it looks like they'll bring in a pinch runner. Number 1.
I believe we're back to the top of the order. No, sorry.
They're not yet.
If some of the players have something to look, so that's my fault.
How are you?
Catcher's gear for Wissahickon looks almost Milwaukee Brewers-esque again.
Yeah. Different jerseys. Last game we streamed, they had light blue. Now they got their classic dark blue with the yellow.
Cardinals still walking with the red pinstripes in a almost homage to Phillies.
Yeah,
I think it looks nice.
it does.
If you're looking for any classes to take in your 11th grade year, I recommend the intro to graphic design class.
We're not 11th grade.
Yeah, for 11th grade. So.
Oh, because I already picked my 10th grade?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's pretty interesting. Mr. Square is a great teacher. And you get to learn some graphic design elements, which you can tie into stuff like sports and music.
A little bit of a plug right now for graphic design class.
Yeah. I'm taking intro right now, and I love it.
It's good. Is that something you want to go into?
Probably, huh?
Cool.
That or something sports related.
So this broadcast is good for you?
What do you want to do?
Not really just looked into that yet. I'm just trying to look around, take different electives
Anything
of all
you're interested
sorts. I mean, my favorite subject is probably history.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I could see myself going down into like a historian type path.
Teach you a history teacher.
You could. That's a good idea, actually.
All right, well, thanks for calling. I'll talk to you later.
Upper Dublin dugout is very loud right now. And ball fouled off behind us.
Is that my class? Yeah. Oh my.
I know. Tell me about it.
Well, yeah, I guess I was only like 19, 20.
Pick off. Attempt.
Now he's in a pickle. Did he get home? Or not home, sorry.
No,
Back.
they missed the tag.
They did.
Third baseman
And the runner on first moved to second.
Yeah. Failed pickoff attempt from
Sorry,
Wissahickon.
it's a little hard for us to get the plays on as we're both announcing. It's just us today. No sole camera person. But we'll try and get as much of the action as possible. If not, we'll announce it to the best of our abilities.
Phone battery is now hovering around 30%. Just to give you guys a head up.
Safety squeeze. And safety squeeze. Catch the ball. We're not running. It's not a base hit.
And we will not be doing the scoreboard for balls and strikes, as is a little too difficult for us to both announce and do that.
And keep track on the plays. Ball is low, however. I believe it's a 1-0 count.
No outs.
I thought there were 2 outs.
2 outs?
Yeah.
Maybe we should be keeping the score for ourselves.
It's 2 or 1 out. There definitely was at least 1 out with the runners on base, remember?
All right, you know what? We will actually do balls and strikes. We'll try.
Or at least the outs.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. I think that makes it a 1-2.
1-2 count. I thought it was 2-1. Sky's looking nice. Time called by Upper Dublin. Batter goes to have a meeting with the third base coach. I believe that's Wall.
That was his first check.
And now a ball here would make it 2-2 with 2 outs in the second inning, with 2 runners on.
Ball in the dirt. Good stop from the catcher there for Wissahickon. Really came from batting away.
So when he got back, it was about 10 years since he was like, thank God, I just let it run out. Oh yeah!
Line to the second baseman, and that will end the inning.
Sorry, I couldn't quite get there in time. I'll try my reaction time, get there in time. And we will see you in the top of the third. are back with 20% left on the phone, unfortunately. So this stream is about halfway over. Most likely be able to get in another inning and a half before we have to go.
Yeah. Hope Upper Dublin can keep the lead until then so we don't end up on a sour note.
Yeah.
So far, series for Wissahickon. Upper Dublin Wissahickon is tied at 1 apiece. Upper Dublin lost the game yesterday.
Winning this series will be huge for Upper Dublin.
Yeah, as we started the season, 2-4?
Yeah, so obviously after being state champions last year, it's
Kind of unacceptable to start this
I
bad.
wouldn't say unacceptable, but
disappointing.
definitely a shock to many. Hopefully can just get back into the swing of things.
Yeah, see if we can get a decent season playoffs. As right now, the season playoffs are today. I'm not sure we'd be in.
Too early into the season to start thinking about that, I would say, but
Honestly,
It's true.
I disagree with you because the seasons are kind of short when it comes to every season. Like our next home game isn't until the 28th. I think we only have a couple more home games this season.
Corone, I believe, maybe the only sophomore on the team. He was a freshman on the team last year. Even, I believe he was also the ace, which is amazing. That's a huge accomplishment to be that young and
That good.
I would say we're pretty set with him as our
Ace
main
for the
guy until obviously he will graduate. But then some of the younger guys on JV will be able to step up. I've seen they have beat Wissahickon and JV has beat Wissahickon in both of their games. So that's a good sign for the future of
JV.
Upper Dublin baseball.
Yeah, JV's looking very good. I believe they mercy rolled in the first game.
They did.
I don't know the score of the second.
I believe the second game may have been 4-0.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Hope Upper Dublin the varsity boys can get that done today.
That would be good.
Failed bunt attempt, looks like it's a strike.
This feels vulnerable.
At least it was.
I mean, vulnerable to miss the ball.
No, he's here.
Runner on first as Corone delivers the next pitch. Swing and a miss and retires him. 1 out.
It's so easy. Now you get the whole bag. He was great.
Pickoff attempt, just not successful.
Next pitch for Corone is aiming for a ball. Looks like it just missed the plate.
Obviously, no
ABS.
no ABS in high school ball, but the umpires will try to the best of their abilities to make the best calls.
So far, Corone isn't looking as strong. He's let up a few hits this game. Maybe you can't tell if me trying to spark another strikeout.
Yes, trying to fire him up, rage bait. We obviously know he's probably one of the best pitchers in the league. Sorry we didn't move the camera.
Honestly, the wind is making it feel colder than it is right now, which is sad because I was expecting a warmer game.
And foul ball. Again, sorry for all the technical difficulties. It is the beginning of the season, and this is both of our first years in this club. As we're both freshmen. Hopefully, next game we'll have everything all sorted out.
And next year we can make the freshmen do this. Next year we can make the freshmen do this and we just sit and commentate.
Your camera?
Yeah.
If there's any 8th graders watching, I don't think they'll want to join this club next year after hearing that.
You'll get like a couple chances to commentate a year.
What happened to you?
Yeah.
You will.
Pretty sure 8th graders are still in school.
You have to make your way up the rankings. The only reason we're even allowed to do announcing right now is because almost the entire broadcasting club is on baseball.
Close ejection to counter your statement there. Oh, there's a dog that you had from yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
A couple days ago. Hang on, we'll plan to do them after this inning. I doubt any 8th graders are watching this as they are probably still in school. We know what time it is.
It's around 3:40 right now.
Oh yeah, that's true. After school club, maybe some of them are watching, but I doubt it. Probably have homework.
School is always the top priority. Academics come first.
True. I'm lucky enough to be able to get my homework done in some classes when I have some free time. We're gonna miss strike 3. That'll end the inning.
And now, fans out there awaiting,
The
we'll
dog.
pan to the dog. That's the dog. Looks like a white lab. That's his owner. So some wholesome moments to cheer up this Thursday in April.
From the day until the weekend, Jackson. How you feeling?
Good.
You got any quiz or test next week?
Next week, I have a biology test. That's a big one.
I had a bio test right before spring break, so I think I might do for another one for a minute. I kind of hate unit tests, not gonna lie.
I would say I prefer smaller quizzes.
I think I have a math quiz next week, social studies SOAP quiz, and that's about it, I think, on my calendar.
Pretty good. I guess I remember watching.
Not surprisingly, 24 back on the mound.
Looking pretty good.
It would be a shock for a starter to only go 2 innings.
And you never know with high school ball, but yeah, probably.
And although his team is losing, he has done pretty consistently this game, only allowing 1 run.
Hey, how you doing, man? Fantastic.
I got the first baseman going.
I
know, right? I know. Here's the brothers between two going.
How old?
Junior.
Junior?
Yeah. Hey, look.
And the pitch.
I was just hoping for a wild pitch.
And now the pitch. Foul back to the mound.
Not foul.
So not foul. Dribble back to the ball by the
An error.
Actually, I would
Dugout
count.
really getting into it.
I think I would be scored as an infield single, but yeah. Bobble by the third baseman. It allows runner to advance. Swing and bunt there.
Basketball, baseball. Yeah, he loves them both.
Now up the first baseman.
You have anything you want to talk about, Jackson?
Two guys.
Anything you want to
Football.
talk
And
about?
football.
Yeah.
The game?
Back when they used to let that happen.
I mean,
Dang. Oh, that's
Still football.
Sometimes you do two in track.
back to the airhead conversation.
Do I actually have to explain this?
No, I'm giving my opinion. I know it may be a little unpopular, but I really enjoy
I don't
orange
know.
airheads.
Okay. I do like the flavor of Airhead. I've just had a couple of incidents, which I again
Yeah,
not
right.
disclose. I'll text you it later.
I think at this point, the audience has to know.
But you never know in those cartoons when you see Rainbow Barf.
Oh,
Yeah.
uh-oh.
Yeah. I'm not gonna give the incident, but that's just the outcome.
Who's the coach? He's got Subaru.
I didn't know how he's coming back.
Anyway,
If he was aggressive
it's kind of awkward after that. Anyway, Litton fouls it off to third.
I don't think
base
it's
side.
that bad growing up from an airhead.
It was more than that. It's like 5.
You threw up 5 airheads.
Yeah.
I'm barely 6'1".
Is that
Wow.
right?
Yeah,
He's covered.
he's covered. Where's everyone else?
Okay, let's move on to a different conversation.
Back to the game.
What's your favorite snack record?
And all of a sudden he's like buying. And he's just plays the ball. Still got it.
Augustad up to bat now.
I had to make sure I could do it at full. I was like, because the guys asked
See if we can crush a home run.
And I couldn't. Take my butt off.
Reds still designated to the DH trip, Troy Min, after his pulled hamstring, I think is what it was.
Yep.
That's fine.
Started the season pretty good in the hitting department, though.
That is good.
For you at home, we have about 10% of battery usage left.
Thomas is throwing well.
And we will probably wrap up in the next couple innings.
21st gen.
We're trying to get one.
Swing and miss from Lockerstadt.
Yes.
The runner on first.
Well,
Let's see if
the
Uphill
Generals
can get
weren't allowed-
this run
they
in
didn't
here.
have Wissahickon rights, but because we don't have one now, they're allowed to
Change it up.
Yeah.
This game's definitely going by faster than our last broadcast.
People,
At least the first few innings have, yeah.
cool.
Cool. That's lined out into left field, and that's a foul ball. Dang it.
That lads?
Yeah. His first at bat was weird.
Oh, man. Yeah, Jack played with him too. He'll be great hitter. Does he?
I think we both need to try to get ourselves one of those hats.
Yeah, I was wondering why he wasn't in the
Those
field.
Cardinal hats?
Yeah.
I wonder where you would order one. Where do you think you would order one?
I don't know. Maybe UD Store can start selling them.
I met a broadcaster over there doing stats, Max Berman. He has one on.
Line right back to the first baseman. Tagged first base for 1, but unable to get to the second base. That'll be the first out of the inning. That was my advantage. Do
So
it.
Luke Corona
Do anything over spring break, Jackson? Go anywhere?
added college tours for my sister. College tours for my sister.
Which college?
Many.
What college is?
Ooh. It's a long list. College of New Jersey, Villanova, Lehigh, where else? Millersville, St. Joe's, Bloomsburg. Yeah, a lot of places. That's just off the top of my head.
Which one do you think you like the most?
Villanova was really nice. That's a pretty hard school to get into. Also, I thought College of New Jersey was cool.
I took a tour of the University of Oregon, and I drove through the University of Washington while I was on the West Coast.
Cool. How was that?
Oregon is a really nice stadium. It's pretty modern. I honestly think you would have liked it. It looks sort of similar to the high school, but I think more modern and more sleek. It still has like the brick-built look though. And thought the academic aspect of it is pretty intriguing, and I think it's a college I could pretty get into if I keep my grades around where they are now. When are you going to start going on your college first?
Probably junior year in 2 years.
Yeah. What's grade is your sister in?
She's a junior right now.
So she'll be a senior next year?
Yes.
Next year for football, do you think they might let us up in the booth?
The booth?
They should.
They never have.
They should.
I mean, we're not really the ones to say that, but
We should talk to Trent about and see if we can get it.
Right there.
yeah. That's the booth we're talking about.
That's a booth
That's-
we've been talking about, folks.
On the side right there,
It would be on the left.
under the American flag is where we normally
The
do.
The spot on the very left of the booth, like those last two windows, is where we would set up, as that is the only open spot. Anyway, back to the game. Good camera work from Jackson here.
Trying my best. It's normally us behind the camera for football, basketball. We try our best.
Unless this inning wraps up soon, this is most likely going to be our last inning. Maybe get to the top of the fourth, but
I think we can get to the bottom of the fourth.
if we're lucky.
So yeah, you can probably look on
Instagram.
social medias, Instagram, for final updates.
It's launched in the left field.
Oh, it's in!
It's a fair
Yeah,
ball.
no! Yes! No, what?
That was an RBI.
Noah Watson drives in an RBI, makes it 2-0 Upper Dublin. Runners on second and third now.
One out.
One last hurrah for this phone here.
Yeah, we've got to communicate for pickup. We are not old enough for our licenses.
Actually, this time next year, if I get in my hours, I will have it.
Your license?
Yeah, I'll be able to get it. I turned 16 over summer.
McElroy's in the league.
Isn't license when you turn 16?
Yeah, when I get my permit, I just have to get the 30 hours of driving or whatever the time is. And then by the beginning of February, my birthday's in July, so January or February I will be able to apply for my license. That's the official 10% battery
Is it
warning.
15 and a half when you can apply?
No.
16 when you can apply?
Yeah,
Yeah, but you'll be 16
in July. So,
July
so-
2028.
No, I'll be 16 in July of 2026.
Oh wait, sorry, yeah.
I'm 15 right now.
Wait, you turned 16 in July?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you turned 15 in July.
No, I turned 16 in July.
My mistake.
So yeah, this time next year, I should be able to drive us home.
That'd be good.
And I'm sure my mom is terrified.
Pretty crazy that there's some sophomores out there who are able to get their licenses.
Yeah, those sophomores will either have been voted right after the grade cap off, or have had an extra year preschool. I am the latter. I can make the joke I was held back in preschool.
My son Charlie said, that's not
So I'd actually be a pretty young sophomore.
It's not important. It's Charlie good. Manager of the lacrosse team.
Foul back.
Hit the pole.
Yeah, nice sound.
One of those poles on keeping the fence up.
So we got the top seat.
They love it.
All right. We are at 10% now, unfortunately.
So this will be our last half inning.
I know.
We may be able to sneak in the top of the fourth, depending on how high the battery is. But yeah,
4.
ball is sweeps by. Second runner advances home, and makes it 4-0 for Dublin. Nice single there from number 31. Makes it a 4-0 game for Upper. Still, I think he won it.
We've got some nice tracks on. That is music.
Nice walk-up song for that. Mound visit from the catcher in the infield. No coach out to talk to him, so I think just the catcher calling on himself.
Dog's still there.
Yeah, we can probably band over real quick.
That pole's in the way.
Yeah, true. Surprised Wish doesn't have somebody coming out to warm up.
We are up in the bleachers. This small section of bleachers. The very top.
Got about
5 rows.
you have 2 5-row bleachers that are kind of rectangular, probably fit about 6 people per row, so probably about 60 people can fit here if they all squeeze together. But usually most people, as you can see on camera, are out on the left field, like path or whatever it is. And that's out number 3. And
We'll do the next half inning.
we will be doing the top of the 4th, and that will be it for us. We'll see you in a minute.
Chrome back on the mound for the top of the 4th.
Let's hope this goes quickly, so I still have enough battery to calm him on.
Then you'll be stranded.
Right, just walk the 2 hours home. It's a 2-hour walk. It's like a 10-minute drive. In case my phone automatically shuts off because of the elongating, I'm just going to do a wrap up now. This is Charlie with Jackson Permar. Thank you, Mr. Trans, for sponsoring the club. Max Berman.
On stat.
And Max Berman and Jacob Orlick both contributed. least now people have an outro in case that happens. Strike in, I think, for Corona. Ball is fouled off over the net towards the bullpens. Foul. Ball. Holds up. Out of the game for Dublinn. Not out of the game, out of the inning.
2 more to go until this room is over. Unfortunately.
Strike one. Yeah, current log in here.
We will try to have a smooth broadcast for Saturday's game.
Yeah, I will make sure to pack a portable charger with it. Here's a tough question to wrap up the game.
Yeah.
If you couldn't be a fan of any Philadelphia sports teams, which city of teams would you root for?
Ooh. That is a tough question. Because for each sport, I have different teams that I like somewhat. For example, baseball. I've always liked the Angels since I was young. For Mike Trout, I was a Mike Trout fan since about the age of 5.
Yeah, Mike Trout might be my favorite baseball player.
It's
Yeah, Mike Trout was always one of my favorite players. Me personally, it would either be the Baltimore sports teams or the Washington, D.C. sports teams, as I grew up near the Washington, D.C. area, and both of those teams are prevalent there. I just don't like the Pittsburgh teams. What about you?
I said Angels for baseball.
Maybe you have to pick one city personally.
One city?
Yeah.
Ooh. That's a tough question. I would have to think on that. If I had to answer right now, I'll just say Pittsburgh. They're a Pennsylvania team.
Okay.
So
Off the shortstop's glove and then off the third baseman's glove, that is going to be an error. Number 13 for the Wissahickon Trojans reaches base to extend the inning. Dang it. Pickoff attempt is failed as runner slides back in. Another pickoff attempt and runner slides back in safely. Caron's still pitching on the mound in his 4th inning. Had a pretty strong start. Hope we can get these last couple outs here. And that is hard contact into right field, picked by right fielder. Second base runner advances to third and is safe. Caron now running into a bit of trouble in this inning. 2 base runners on first and third with only 1 out. Needs a double play to get out of this, most likely without line spreads.
our screen is a little
Janky.
Yeah, not the best for user friendliness.
I feel like we could probably find a better app if we looked, but this one's fine. Fouled off.
We're at 2%.
I'm gonna say we should probably wrap up.
Yeah, we should.
This is Charlie Ridgey by Jackson Permar wrapping up now prematurely in the inning. Sorry.
2%.
2%, so we gotta run. Anyway, thank you. Have a good night, and see you in the next one.